Chief Minister of taking office. In 2001, Keshubhai Patel's health was failing and the BJP lost a few state assembly seats in by-elections. Allegations of abuse of power, corruption and poor administration were made, and Patel's standing had been damaged by his administration's handling of the earthquake in Bhuj in 2001. The BJP national leadership sought a new candidate for the chief ministership, and Modi, who had expressed misgivings about Patel's administration, was chosen as a replacement. Although Advani did not want to ostracize Patel and was concerned about Modi's lack of experience in government, Modi declined an offer to be Patel's deputy chief minister, telling Advani and Atal Bihari Vajpayee that he was going to be fully responsible for Gujarat or not at all. On the 3rd of October 2001, he replaced Patel as Chief Minister of Gujarat, with the responsibility of preparing the BJP for the upcoming December 2002 elections. On the 7th of October, he was sworn in, and entered the Gujarat State Legislature on the 24th of February 2002 by winning a by-election to the Rajkot 2 constituency, defeating Ashwan Mehta of the Inc. 2002 Gujarat riots. On the 27th of February 2002, a train with several hundred passengers burned near Godhra, killing approximately 60 people. The train carried a large number of Hindu pilgrims returning from Ayodhya after a religious ceremony at the site of the demolished Babri Masjid. In making a public statement after the incident, Modi declared it a terrorist attack planned and orchestrated by local Muslims. The next day, the Vishwa Hindu Parishad called for a Bandh, general strike, across the state. Riots began during the Bandh, and anti-Muslim violence spread through Gujarat. The government's decision to move the bodies of the train victims from Godhra to Ahmedabad further inflamed the violence. The state government stated later that 790 Muslims and 254 Hindus were killed during the riots. Independent sources put the death toll at over 2,000, the vast majority of them Muslims. Approximately 150,000 people were driven to refugee camps. Numerous women and children were among the victims. The violence included mass rapes and mutilations of women. The government of Gujarat itself is generally considered by scholars to have been complicit in the riots, and has otherwise received heavy criticism for its handling of the situation. Some scholars explicitly blame Modi. The Modi government imposed a curfew in 26 major cities, issued shoot-at-sight orders and called for the army to patrol the streets, but was unable to prevent the violence from escalating. The president of the state unit of the BJP expressed support for the Bandh, despite such actions being illegal at the time. State officials later prevented riot victims from leaving the refugee camps, which were often unable to meet the needs of those living there. Muslim victims of the riots were subject to further discrimination when the state government announced that their compensation would be half of that offered to Hindu victims, although this decision was later reversed after the issue was taken to court. During the riots, police officers often did not intervene in situations where they were able. Several scholars have described the violence as a pogrom, while others have called it an example of state terrorism. Summarizing academic views on the subject, Martha Nussbaum said, there is by now a broad consensus that the Gujarat violence was a form of ethnic cleansing, that in many ways it was premeditated, and that it was carried out with the complicity of the state government and officers of the law. Modi's personal involvement in the 2002 events has continued to be debated. During the riots, he said that, "What is happening is a chain of action and reaction." Later in 2002, he said the way in which he had handled the media was his only regret regarding the episode. In March 2008, the Supreme Court reopened several cases related to the riots, including that of the Gulbarg Society massacre, and established a special investigation team, SIT, to look into the issue. In response to a petition from Zakia Jafri, widow of Ehsan Jafri, who was killed in the Gulbarg Society massacre, in April 2009, the court also asked the SIT to investigate the issue of Modi's complicity in the killings. The SIT questioned Modi in March 2010. In May, it presented to the court a report finding no evidence against him. In July 2011, the court-appointed amicus curiae Raju Ramchandran submitted his final report to the court. Contrary to the SIT's position, he said that Modi could be prosecuted based on the available evidence. The Supreme Court gave the matter to the Magistrates' Court. The SIT examined Ramchandran's report, and in March 2012 submitted its final report, asking for the case to be closed. Zakia Jafri filed a protest petition in response. In December 2013, the Magistrates' Court rejected the protest petition, accepting the SIT's finding that there was no evidence against Modi. In 2022, the Supreme Court dismissed a petition by Zakia Jafri wherein she challenged the clean chit given to Modi in the riots by the SIT, and upheld previous rulings that no evidence was found against him.